If you want to boost your vocabulary in English, read. But Jennifer, you say, it's hard to find the time. In this lesson, I'll show you how to gain practice in a short amount of time. We'll look at the language used in an article from my favorite magazine. At the end of the lesson, I'll read the entire article aloud to strengthen your listening comprehension. I'll also share the next steps for meaningful practice with all the vocabulary we've studied. Let's begin. I still receive one magazine by mail, and I've been a subscriber for years. I subscribe to The Week. It covers U.S. and international news. I like how it presents different viewpoints, and it covers a broad range of topics: politics, entertainment, health, and science. This isn't an advertisement. I just want to share what I like and explain what options you have. Read what interests you. Read what challenges you, just enough but not too much. Read what fits your lifestyle. I'm a busy person too, but these kinds of articles fit my schedule. There's always one lengthy story at the end, but most of the articles summarize key events and talking points. The one we're going to read is in the Health and Science section in the December 5th, 2025 issue. Here's the headline: Ward off aging through French. What does ward off mean? This is a phrasal verb. If you ward something off, you avoid it. You protect yourself from it. Aging is something we often want to push away, right? So how can we ward off aging? The article promises we can somehow do it through French. Ward off aging through French. Remember that news headlines use very concise language. You can watch my video on the grammar of news headlines to learn more. For now, let's rephrase the headline for greater clarity. You can ward off aging through French. This raises our curiosity, right? We want to know how. The headline could also be understood as, here is how you can ward off aging through French. Let's start reading the article. We'll go line by line. Want to stay young? Learn a second language, or preferably a third. Preferably. Ly, this is an adverb. Preferably helps us state what is ideal, what is best. So learning a second language is good. A third, even better. That's the conclusion of a major new study, reports The Times, UK, which found that speaking more than one tongue may help slow accelerated aging. Accelerated. This is being used as an adjective. What kind of aging? Accelerated aging. To accelerate means to go faster. When we hit the gas pedal in the car, we accelerate, we go faster. So something that is accelerated is faster than usual or faster than expected. An international team of researchers analyzed data from more than 86,000 adults across 27 European countries, comparing each person's chronological age with a calculated biological age based on cognitive performance, physical function, activity level, sleep quality, and medical history. Let's talk about chronological age and biological age. Do you know the difference? Chronological age is one's real age, true age. Biological age is how old your body and mind seem in terms of appearance and performance. Do you ever hear people say, "You look young for your age," or "He looks older than he actually is"? Those who spoke only one language were more than twice as likely to have a biological age older than their real age, a sign that they were aging faster. Those who were bilingual showed a modest advantage of youthfulness, and each additional language spoken conferred a greater likelihood of a younger biological age than the true age. Let's first look at a modest advantage. Perhaps you already know that an advantage is something that helps you. It helps you succeed. Instead of talking about a big or small advantage, learn other adjectives, more advanced ones. A modest advantage is a small or slight advantage, as opposed to a big or significant advantage. Confer is a verb. What does it mean? To confer something on someone is to give them something good and beneficial, like an award or a title, or in this case, a greater chance of feeling younger. In an independent analysis of the research, Jason Rothman and Federico Gallo from Lancaster University in England say the most likely explanation is that the mental gymnastics involved in juggling multiple languages provides some sort of protective effect to the brain. Okay, you understand gymnastics. Gymnastics is a sport, a physical activity. But mental gymnastics, what kind of activity is that? It's complex thinking. It's the kind of thinking that's difficult and tiring, but it keeps your mind active and helps you develop cognitively. How about the verb juggle? Literally, we can juggle objects by throwing them into the air and then we keep them moving. Figuratively, we can juggle or handle multiple items at once, like more than one language in our head, and we become more coordinated and capable. Next, you likely know that the verb protect means to keep someone or something from harm. But are you familiar with the adjective protective? Advanced learners should gain mastery of word families. Earlier we had prefer, preferable, preferably. Now we have protect, protective. And what's the noun? Protection, right? Good. We've studied 10 vocabulary items in this article. In my opinion, that's a healthy number. If you're reading a short article and there are 30, 50, or 40 unknown words, the article is too difficult. Read texts that match your language level. If you're enjoying the lesson so far, please tap that like button. Let's review with a quiz. 1. What can help you ward off stress and improve your overall well-being? A. Watching lots of TV. B. Exercising regularly. Or C. Eating chocolate and candy. B, right? We want to protect our health, not harm it. 2. If the hiring manager says, please submit your application by Friday, preferably before noon, what does this mean? A. You should submit it no later than 12 p.m. on Friday. B. You can submit it any time on Friday. Or C. They won't accept it after Thursday. Answer? A. 3. Which word best completes the sentence? The company introduced an accelerated training program to help new employees become productive. A. At a discount. B. At their own pace. Or C. Faster. C. Faster. 4. Although her chronological age is 50, she feels much younger because she stays active and curious. What is true? A. Her true age is 50. B. Her true age is under 50. C. Her true age is over 50. A. 5. Healthy habits can sometimes lower your biological age compared to your actual years. True or false? True. 6. In the U.S., speaking more than one language can give you a modest advantage in today's job market. In other words, being bilingual or multilingual is A. A huge benefit, B. A moderate benefit, or C. Not a benefit. The answer is B. 7. Which of the following is not conferred on another? A. An honorary degree. B. A royal title. Or C. An insult. C. 8. What most likely requires a lot of mental gymnastics? A. Trying to understand the new tax laws. B. Trying to solve 2 plus 2. C. Washing dishes. A, right? 9. What kinds of things do many adults have to juggle? A. A paycheck. B. Work and family. C. Clothing. The answer has to be B, right? You juggle more than one thing, like work and family. 10. Wearing sunscreen is a protective measure against skin damage from the sun. True or false? True. It's time to hear the entire article read aloud from beginning to end. I'm not going to show the text on screen because I want to test your listening comprehension. Ready? Ward off aging through French. Want to stay young? Learn a second language, or preferably a third. That's the conclusion of a major new study, reports The Times, UK, which found that speaking more than one tongue may help slow accelerated aging. An international team of researchers analyzed data from more than 86,000 adults across 27 European countries, comparing each person's chronological age with a calculated biological age based on cognitive performance, physical function, activity level, sleep quality, and medical history. Those who spoke only one language were more than twice as likely to have a biological age older than their real age, a sign that they were aging faster. Those who were bilingual showed a modest advantage of youthfulness, and each additional language spoken conferred a greater likelihood of a younger biological age than the true age. In an independent analysis of the research, Jason Rothman and Federico Gallo from Lancaster University in England say the most likely explanation is that the mental gymnastics involved in juggling multiple languages provides some sort of protective effect to the brain. Did you understand well? We're not quite done yet, but please go ahead and like, subscribe, and turn on notifications if you've already gained something from this lesson. Now let me ask your opinion. Do you feel you benefit from the mental gymnastics of learning English? What other languages have you studied? You can let me know in the comments and try to use at least one vocabulary word from this lesson. Where can you find extended practice? Use the link in the video description or the pinned comment for a free reading activity with the 10 words we studied in this lesson. You need to see and say these words several more times to really master them. The bonus activity is available to both free and paid members of the English with Jennifer community on Patreon. That's all for now. Thanks for watching and happy studies.